Okay, we are going to make bracelets for girls camp. These are supplies you're going to need. So you need tape, super glue, or clear fingernail polish, scissors. You're going to get 2 pieces of the cord. This is just a regular hemp cord. Braided cotton cord works well with waxed cotton cord. One piece is about 18 inches ish, 20 inches, and the other one's about 2 yards. All right, better a little extra than not enough. We have different types of bead here. We have glow-in-the-dark beads, and we have UV beads. So these glow in the dark, and these turn colors in the sun. So we figure a mixture of the both would kind of be cool for camp, because at night we got these, in the daytime we got those. So that's what we're going to try. This one that I have here, kind of like for a rough sample, was done with all UV beads. Okay, so these are called square knot braids. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the long piece, the two yards long, and you're going to get the middle half. Okay, find where it is in the middle. And you're going to take that, and you're going to get a piece of tape, and you're going to tape it down. Okay, then you're going to get your other one, tape, and you're going to tape it down right there in the middle. When you make this bracelet, you'll be using a all black cord, but for the sake of visual understanding what's going on, for this video, I'm making a center cord with a different color just to kind of see the contrast. Okay, so you'll tape that shorter cord, the shorter piece, in the middle. Get all those lined up. You're going to put another piece of tape down about 4 inches. Okay, makes it easier to do that first knot if it's taped down. Okay, so before we actually start with the square knots, I want to go ahead and bead on put on the beads. So for this, for the sake of pattern, I'm going to do a UV bead followed by a glow-in-the-dark bead, another UV bead, glow-in-the-dark, UV, glow-in-the-dark, and just kind of do a pattern. I don't really care what pattern you choose to do. If you want to do all UV beads, be my guest. Notice the UV beads are a little bit smaller, so you might want to make it 10 beads just to get a similar size, all right, rather than the 9 beads that we're using here. Okay, if you want to use all glow-in-the-dark beads, maybe you do 8 instead of 9 because they're all a little bit bigger. Okay, so just kind of get that pattern on that center cord first before you get any started. And then I find it easier to have that center cord actually taped down. Okay, don't tape it super tight. You do want it kind of loose, but so those beads don't fall off, which would really frustrate you later. Just go ahead and tape it down kind of loose like that. And if it's not moving around, it's a little bit easier to do the knots on it as well. Okay? All right. And if you ever want it a little bit tighter, you can always just kind of pull it through that tape and it will tighten down. I'm going to take mine just a little bit tighter. Okay. Now, for the knots, the way square knots work, okay? We're going to do each knot, and we're going to want this to be in the middle of the knot. So start whichever side you want. I'm going to start on the left. I take the left one and I cross it over the top of the center cord. And then I take the cord on the right and I'm going to place it over the top of the other one. Okay? Now I'm going to take the end of this one right here. So lay it over the top, take the end of it, and I'm going to tuck it under the center cord and through the triangle over here made by the other cord and pull it tight. Now you have to pay attention to not lose track. So I first put that triangle on the left side. Now I have to put the triangle on the right side. And then I take this cord, the opposite cord, lay it over the top, and then tuck it under and through the triangle. And then tighten up the knot. Once you've tightened that, once you've done that twice, that is now one square knot. We're going to start off these bracelets with 3 consecutive square knots. Okay, so again, starting on the left, make your triangle, cord on the right, lay it down over the top, and then take the end of it and tuck it under the center cord and bring it through the triangle. Tighten the knot. Now that one triangle is on the left, and we're going to do a triangle on the right. Take the other cord, lay it over the top, and then tuck it under the center cord and bring it through the triangle. And tighten the knot. That is our second square knot. Again, cord on the left, make the triangle on the left, cord on the right, lay it over the top, and then bring it underneath the center cord and through the triangle. Tighten the knot, and then triangle on the right, grab the cord on the left, lay it over the top, then tuck it underneath the center cord and bring it through the triangle and tighten the knot. Okay, that makes 3 square knots. Okay, now after we've done 3 square knots, we're going to take the first bead and we're going to slide it up. And we're just going to continue. And we're just going to, and that cord is just going to kind of wrap around that, and we're going to do our next square knot. Okay, so take your right, make a triangle on the right side, make a triangle. Take your, on the left side, make the triangle. Take the cord on the right, lay it over the top, and tuck it under the center cord and bring it through the triangle. Pull the knot tight. Okay, now when you do that, make sure the knot is nice and snug around that bead. But don't make it too knot tight and pop the bead out. We don't want that to happen. Okay, so just make it so it looks nice. Not too tight, but tight enough. Okay, so kind of like evenly spaced along that. Kind of wrapping around, kind of hugging that bead just right. Now that we're going to do a triangle on the right. The cord on the left goes over the top. Bring in, so the cord on the left over the top, and then tuck it underneath the center cord and bring it through the triangle. I'm going to do 2 square knots. So there's 1, triangle on the left, cord on the right over the top, underneath the center cord and through the triangle. Triangle on the right, cord on the left over the top, underneath the center, through the triangle. Okay, so there's 2 square knots. Now I'm going to slide up the next bead. Okay, triangle on the right, cord on the left over the top and underneath the center cord. Tighten the knot around that bead. And then triangle on the right, cord over the top on the left, tuck in through under the center cord through the triangle, pull, that's 1 knot, triangle on the right, triangle on the left, cord on the right over the top, and then under the center cord through the triangle, pull it tight. Okay. Gonna do 1 more. Triangle on the right, cord on the left over the top, underneath through the triangle. Try that again. Triangle on the left, cord on the right over the top, underneath the center cord and through the triangle. Pull it tight. Triangle on the right, cord on the left over the top, there over the top, and then tuck it underneath the center cord, pull it through the triangle, and tighten the knot. Okay, now take the next bead, slide it up. Okay, and triangle on the left, cord on the right, over the top. And then take it and tuck it underneath the center, pull it through the triangle. And now triangle on the right, cord on the left, lay it over the top, tuck in underneath through the triangle, pull it tight. Triangle on the left, cord on the right, over the top, tuck it underneath the center cord through the triangle, pull it tight. Cord on the right, make a triangle, cord on the left, over the top, tuck it underneath the center cord, pull it through the triangle, tighten the knot, slide up the next bead. Triangle on the left, cord over the right, over the top, underneath, triangle, pull it tight. Careful on the bead, don't over tighten. Okay, cord on the right, put it on triangle, cord on the left, over the top, underneath the center cord, through the triangle, tighten up, triangle on the right, cord over the left, underneath the center cord, pull it through the triangle, triangle on the right, cord over the top on the left, underneath through the triangle, tighten. Time for the next bead, slide it up, triangle on the left, cord over the top on the right, pull it underneath, pull it through the triangle, tighten the knot, gently tighten it around the bead, don't over tighten. Triangle on the right, cord over the top on the left, and then underneath through the triangle, tighten, triangle on the left, cord over the top on the right, underneath and through the triangle, tighten. Okay, cord on the right on the triangle, cord on the left over the top, underneath, tuck it through the triangle, pull, slide up the next bead, triangle on the left, over the top on the right, underneath the center cord through the triangle, tighten the knot up near the bead, don't over tighten, triangle on the right, cord on the left, over the top, underneath, through the triangle, tighten, triangle on the right, cord down the left, over the top, underneath, through the triangle, tighten, triangle on the left, cord at the top on the right, tuck underneath, through the triangle, cord on the right, triangle, cord on the left, over the top, and underneath, through the triangle, tighten, slide up the next bead, triangle on the right, cord on the left, nope, triangle left, sorry, triangle left, haha. Triangle on the left, cord on the right, underneath, tuck and pull, gentle, not too tight over the bead, triangle on the right, over the left, tuck in, underneath, pull, gently, tighten the knot, triangle on the left, cord over the top on the right, tighten, triangle on the right, cord on the top of the left, underneath through the triangle, tighten. All right, pull up the next bead, triangle on the left, cord on the right, tuck in underneath, tighten, triangle on the right, cord over the left, tuck underneath through the triangle, tighten, triangle on the left, cord right on top, and then underneath through the triangle, tighten, triangle on the right, cord the top on the left, underneath through the triangle, tighten, pull up the last bead, triangle on the left, cord on the right, over the top, then underneath, and tighten, triangle on the right, cord on the top, over and then underneath, and tighten, triangle on the left, cord over the top, then underneath, through the triangle, tighten. Now this one we're finishing up, so we're going to do we're going to do 3 square knots rather than just the regular 2 between each bead. We're going to do 3, so that's 1, 2, now we're doing the third one. 1, 2, and this is the last one for right now. So pause right there and then kind of lift it up, and this is where you can go and kind of peel it back from there, okay? And we kind of got to measure like the size. Now remember, the bracelet isn't for you, but you're making it for another girl, and so her wrist is probably similar in size to yours. We're gonna want there to be about that much gap, okay? About an inch gap when you kind of tighten up the 2 ends and kind of bring them together, okay? Want about an inch gap there, okay? If it's already touching, if the 2 ends are already touching, we'll undo a few of those knots just to kind of loosen up, but hopefully it's not too bad. And if it's a little loose, it's not the end of the world. They won't fall off if it's a little loose, so I'm not worried. So what we're gonna do is finish off these knots by making sure it doesn't unravel, and that's what the super glue is for. Now, if you are doing this at home on your own and you don't have super glue, clear fingernail polish should work about the same. Okay, so traditionally you just take the scissors and you cut really close. Okay, cut that really close to the knot. And cut really close to the knot. And so it doesn't unravel. This is where you use super glue. Now, if it's a little sticking out, it's okay. You can always later go back and trim it after the super glue has dried. Okay. Same thing on this one. Okay. Take that end, make sure that last knot's nice and tight, and then trim it off. Nice and close. Super glue to seal it. If you don't use a super glue or fingernail polish, clear fingernail polish to seal it off, this will most likely unravel after like the next day. Like, it won't take much and that will unravel. But the super glue or the fingernail polish usually just kind of seals it off and it just stays. Now, once that's done, like this, okay, if you didn't put too much super glue on it, that center cord can actually slide a little bit, okay? So you can actually slide that whole bracelet, and if you want to, you can squeeze those beads together a little bit more. If it's a little too long, that can kind of, the weave will actually kind of squeeze together a little bit and tighten up and make it actually a little bit stiff, okay? If it's just a little too long, you can always do that. If it's a little too short, you can always pull it and stretch a little bit, okay? So at this point, we now have the bracelet decorated part made. Now we just need to create the sliding knot, okay? So the way this actually like slides on and so it doesn't come off. So you're gonna need a few more pieces of tape to tape down these elongated ends. So put a piece of tape right there, so it doesn't slide out of the way. Put a piece of tape right there. It's okay. Okay, and then get a piece about 12 inches long. Okay, what you need, and we're going to do again more square knots. Okay, so the first one here really is the most difficult. Triangle on your left, over the top on the right, tuck it underneath both of those cords through the triangle on the right. Careful because that's kind of a short thread, don't let it go. Gently tighten it up. Okay, make sure it's centered. That one wasn't quite centered. So you have equal amount of thread on both sides. Okay, that's a little more centered. Okay, so triangle on the right, over the top on the left, tuck it underneath the two cords. Like I said, it's a little bit harder with short cords, but with all that practice you got, you should be able to do it, hopefully. Pull it through the triangle, tighten the knot. That's one square knot. We're going to do 3 total. So triangle on the left, over the top on the right, tuck it underneath the center, pull it through the triangle, and tighten. Triangle on the right. It's okay, Spencer, let him go.
Sorry.
Tighten it up. Okay, last one. Triangle on the right, one over the left, over the top, underneath, through the triangle, tighten it up. Okay. And the last one, triangle on the right, over the top of the left. Okay. Underneath. Underneath, through the triangle, and tighten. Okay, now, super duper tight there. Okay, so again, make sure the last knot's nice and tight. Okay, and cut really close to the knot. Cut really close to the knot. Super glue so it doesn't come undone. And now this will slide to tighten. Okay, just let it dry. And go ahead and tie in just a very simple little knot at the end of those. Okay, and kind of adjust it to the size you think you need. So kind of stretch that all the way out, how big you think you need that. Okay, I would say that's plenty big right there. So I would tie that next knot about right there. Okay, so this is fully stretched. Easily get your hand through it. All right, that might be a little too much, actually. And then tighten down the knot right there. Cut off the excess. Cut off the excess. And that is your bracelet. So you put it on. Okay. You hold one with your finger, you pull the other one, and you tighten that bracelet up. And there's your bracelet. Okay? So depending on the size of your wrist, you might want a few extra knots over here just so it kind of fills in the space and there's not a big huge gap on there. But it all depends on like the style you're looking for. And remember, making these is gifts for girls, so for other girls. So this is just your first time doing it. Have a good time, have a fun time doing it. And there you go. An awesome, fun gift that changes colors in the sun and glows in the dark. we go.